In 1954, Peter Milner and James Olds first applied the discovery of the pleasure center of the brain to an animal. One rat was recorded as pressing a lever that sent a controlled impulse to its limbic system 2,000 times in an hour.
The rats lost all interest in food and water. Presumably, this scared much of the medical community from properly pursuing the data for years.
It's not until 1970 that Dr. Robert Galbraith Heath properly applies it to a human being. But like a fucking idiot, he wastes the application.
He took a known homosexual he labeled B19 and implanted electrodes in his limbic system. B19 applied 1,500 shocks to his brain in a 3-hour period and needed to be disconnected. Assuming B19 would be aroused enough, Heath sends in a female prostitute. B19 does nothing to her for half an hour, so she has to initiate sex. The experiment is not repeated.
25 years later, 2 med students learn about this and oh so rashly decide they've found their calling in life.
Many dead and disturbed rats later, and we're contacting the American Medical Association about marketing a new elective surgery.
We were so naive. We had wealth, we had connections, but of course we were nothing compared to the less efficient stimulants.
It's even been criminalized in 30 states.
No matter, though. There have still been thousands of wealthy, depressed, desperate, or jaded people who have seen the promise of our operation.
Actually, it's best that the AMA rejected it. It gives us a little sense of the subversive to be doing this.
It's like how my father was offering abortion services before Roe v. Wade. Said it was the most rewarding part of his career.
Within 10 years, we had provided services for 600 people, and we are still learning more about the process.
Which brings us to the here and now, Mr. Stapleton.
Wow, 600 times.
We're going to begin attaching the electrodes to the limbic system. We're about 1/3 done.
Man, this isn't taking nearly as long as I thought it would.
Due to certain variables in the septum pellucidum, we'll need to calibrate the electrode for a few minutes.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Mommy! Oh, I'm fine. It didn't... Fuck you, ratfucker! I'm gonna use shit on your corpse! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. Dr. Dawkins, Dr. Hitchens, I do not particularly care which one. Please be so kind as to get on my cock. I need to fuck. Help me, please.
Obviously, we're going to need to adjust the theta waves.
Obviously.
Eddie, where are you? Are you...
Hey, Kelsey. Yep, I got the electrodes implanted. You will not believe how good this feels.
You promised me that you'd never do this.
It was a stupid promise. You understand, this is the best thing I've ever done, that I could ever do for myself.
How could you?
If you had this done for yourself, you'd understand. I'd even pay for you to have it.
Fucking hedonistic bitch. Living to pleasure myself? No thanks.
When you have this done, you realize none of that matters. Like work ethic, all the feelings and whatever that are supposed to be deep. All just neurons firing in your brain.
Then you'll just end up like one of those dead rats.
Well, yeah, eventually. Seriously, though, they knew better than to just shove the thing in my head and let that be the end of it. They've got some fail-safes here. Look. See? This device checks my blood sugar, regulates the flow of electricity over time, and does some other stuff to ensure I continue sustaining my life to continue the flow of energy.
I need to get out of here.
Fine. Ah, good.
Hey, Mom. Mom?
Oh my God, Kelsey, you wouldn't believe it. I was going to call...
You got the implant, didn't you?
Hell yes! I never felt...
On to more disturbing news. Chicago resident Paul Clark has been arrested for the murder of spouse of 10 years, Irene Clark. Offering no resistance, Paul Clark told officers he, quote, killed her because she got that thing put in her head, end quote.
Yeah, that was showing her